Good Monday afternoon. How are you? It is, it's 12:05. Having a little cup of coffee. I'm back among the living. Thankfully. My balance is a little off, but felt good enough. We went down, checked the garden. We got some little seedlings poking through. We'll take a walk through there maybe tomorrow or the next day. Well, thought I had a whole lot to say this morning, but it just kind of, not so sure. My kitchen table is covered, literally, with stuff. I don't know what happens. I don't. It's unbelievable. Stuff that has to change because it's driving me crazy. But it also brings me to, I started sharing my story with you, and in order for me to effectively continue to heal, I have to continue to be real. And so that's one of the things that we're going to do. Show you real quick part of what's on my table, why it's still on my table, and why it hasn't migrated downstairs where it should be. Totally beyond me. But Sam's order, and this is not my normal brand. I usually use all, but they didn't have it, so I had the 7th generation. Ordinarily don't have to buy laundry detergent as frequently as I have been, but the washer has gone literally every day. So, ordered 2 of those. Now, I probably shop differently than a lot of people. My mindset is a little bit different. I tend to buy multiples. Always have. It's especially if it's something that I like. And generally, if I don't buy multiples of something, I find out later that I really, really liked it and really wish that I have a pair of gold sparkly shoes, ballerina shoes, that I bought for my dad's funeral, that I wished I would have bought more pairs, even if they were all the same color, because they're the most comfortable shoes that I can stand to wear dressed, for nice dress clothes. Well, guess who didn't plan accordingly? And yeah, epic fail. So I have the 1 pair, and then I have 3 more pair that I bought from another store, that I literally have to peel off my feet when we're done singing after the 2nd service if I wear them to church. I make it to my car, kind of holding my breath and going until I get in my car. Then I cry because it hurts so bad. And I've tried going up a half size and a size bigger to prevent my feet, to prevent that from happening, but it's not always that they swell, and then I can't walk in them. So that's the dilemma. But anyway, the other part of the order is my snuggle. 2 of those. And why they haven't migrated down the stairs, I don't know. I've not been able to really lift anything until yesterday and today, so I guess I'll do it. One thing I can tell you in this, which I like ordering things better than I do shopping anyway, but the situation has helped nurture that. I'm quite proud of me in that during this, I didn't order more things that I really, I guess frivolous things. And if you did, I'm not throwing shade on you, okay? Please understand that. I'm talking about me. This very easily could have been a trigger time for me to do exactly that, to buy things that really are just not something that I need. Or, you know, there are some eyeshadow palettes that I want to get, but whenever I still have to show you my eyeshadow collection. We'll do that. Maybe later today, when my daughter gets home, she can help me do it. You'll see why. Yeah, it's. There are some people that have more than I do, but trust me when I tell you that I have plenty. And I really don't need the other eyeshadow palettes. I want them. But anyway, we're going to address, because this is something that I have thought about all weekend long. And in order for me to, I've been purging items from my home for a couple of years now, but there are certain areas that I haven't really gotten to, and there's a lot of clutter. There's a lot of mess. I can use the excuse that there's 3 generations in one house, and that does factor in. But there's also been a lot of pain in me, and there's been things that I should have gotten rid of or found a home for or whatever, that I simply chose not to deal with because it was too painful. I was telling a friend of mine last night, we got into more detail of the conversation than what I'm going to today, but there are things in my storage room. My dad's office, or my office that's where my dad's chairs are. That's where Les's flag is. That's where Dad's pillow is. That's where Dad's beer steins are. It went from being the room that I didn't ever want to leave to being the room that I never go in. And by never going in there, things that need to be purged out of there, like clothes that I haven't worn in a year or more, are still there. Matter of fact, I'm contemplating, and the reason why I'm going to do that is I think I'm going to take the plants, the grow part of everything, either split it and put some of them in that room, or something to force me to have to use that part of my house. I'm paying for it. There's a bed in there that's for my mother to sleep in, but to be real honest with you, if I came to my house, I wouldn't want to spend the night in that room, because there's clothes everywhere. There's random stuff everywhere, because I decided it was easier to just shut the door and walk away. And there's several little nests, for lack of a better way of putting it, around my house. Some of it, the majority of it, I'm responsible for. Some of it is Ian's stuff. We have overly spoiled him, and now we have to deal with that. And the other part is just simply having 3 generations in one home, and there's just not enough space because we're not using the space properly. Okay. That being said, that's an area that we're going to work on, and I'm coming clean with you all. If you don't want to watch me anymore after today, I'm sorry, but you could actually probably clutter, maybe mild. I I watch hoarders to make myself feel better. We'll put it that way. I mean, there's not, you can get in and out of my house and get to every room and all that good stuff. I just need to clean. I need to purge. I need to clean this house, and I need to get rid of the stuff that I'm holding on to for the wrong reasons. And the stuff that I'm holding on to, I'm sorry, we took a walk, allergies. I apologize. But the stuff that I'm keeping for the wrong reasons, in last year, I believe it was, or the year before, I kept a shirt that I hadn't worn in forever. And the reason why I kept it was because I wore it to my aunt's funeral. What? The bizarre stuff like that. The reasoning for what I'm keeping just has to change. There's going to be, with making the shift that we want to make to homestead farm life, there's a shift in what we have on hand and what we have, equipment that we're getting to change our lifestyle. Prince, don't even think about it. Prince is going to try to jump on the stove. This cat drives me crazy. Princey. Thank you. Thank you. He's not allowed. They're not allowed on my counters. They're not allowed on my tables. They're not allowed on certain things. He has actually jumped up, especially since we got the new stove. He's actually jumped up on a hot stove and came very close to burning himself, just simply because we walked out of the room for a second to check on the baby, and it's like, yeah. But anyway, that is, part of my story, part of my coming clean with you all, part of, I don't want to live this way anymore. Just that simple. I am going to make strides. I've called on close friends and told them, I'm going to need you. Because we're coming up on Tom's vacation. That's my husband. We're coming up on vacation. We're going to do a staycation. Boo, because I want to go home. But we have decided there have still not been any cases in my hometown, and I'm not boasting. I'm not bragging. I'm thankful. Because it means a sacrifice. It was worth it. And if by not making that trip, if we stopped it, if we helped keep it from going into that county, then it's been worth it. Sorry. I seem to get overly emotional anymore. Anyway, EJ and I don't know if I said this or not, EJ and I took a walk. We went down, checked the garden. I've got some stuff that needs to start hardening off, stuff that needs to be potted up. A couple of weeks. We're gonna be setting tomatoes and peppers out, and we're just going for it. This is gonna be kind of a learning process for me, relearning. I did all this growing up, and I did it in 2009 and some in 2010, and then I had my container garden before my dad died. But this is going to be just beginning to do things. I wished we would have been able to get our chickens, but it just, with everything else that we've got happening, it just wasn't feasible. And we still may this summer. You know, there's plenty of time. I don't want to have them over the fall or, you know, cold weather as baby chicks. I don't want to do that. But there's still time to do that. Anyway, gonna do one other little thing. Our church is doing a read through the New Testament challenge, and we all were asked to register for a couple of chapters or more. But I'm going to do my practice run so I can make the video after I'm done with this. This is funny because this is something that Ashley is. Oh well. One of the chapters that I selected was Matthew 5, and that's, we're going to do a practice run. And it's, my daughter called them the attitudes when she was little and learning them, and Ian is learning them now. But chapter 5 says, and this is King James Version, and seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain, and when he was set, his disciples came unto him. And he opened his mouth, and he taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye, when men shall revile you, and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. Ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt have lost his savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under the foot of men. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Wow, I picked the long one. Neither do men. Yeah, we're going to have to do a couple more practices on this one. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see the good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I say unto you that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and the Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, Thou shalt not kill, and whatsoever thou shalt kill shall be in danger of judgment. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Raca, shall be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, Thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire. Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, and thou rememberest that thy brother hath aught against thee. I've been reading the Complete Jewish Bible, and also we use a different version for Ian. And going back to reading this, my mind is kind of scrambling the different versions, but it's okay. So, yeah. Good thing we did a practice run, huh? Leave there thy gift before the altar, and go thy way, and first be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift. Agree with thine adversary quickly, whilst thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into the prison. Verily I say unto thee, thou shalt by no means come out thence till thou hast paid the uttermost farthing. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, Thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you, that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her already in his heart. And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out, and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of the members should perish, and not the whole body should be cast into hell. And if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off, and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. And it hath been said, Whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. But I say unto you, that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causeth her to commit adultery, and whosoever shall marry her that is divorced committeth adultery. Again, ye have heard that it has been said it hath been said by them of old time, Thou shalt not forswear thyself, but shalt perform unto the Lord thine oaths. But I will say unto you, swear not at all, neither by heaven, for it is God's throne, neither by earth, for it is his footstool, neither by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great King. Neither shalt thou swear by thy head, because thou canst not make one hair white or black. But let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay. For whatsoever is more than these cometh of evil. Ye have heard that it hath been said, An eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you, that you resist evil. But whosoever shall smite thee on thy right cheek, turn to him the other also. And if any man will sue thee at the law, and take away thy coat, let him have thy cloak also. And whosoever shall compel thee to go a mile, go with him twain. Give to him that asketh thee, and from him that would borrow of thee, turn not thou away. Ye have heard that it hath been said, Thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thine enemy. But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, Do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you, that ye may be the children of your Father which is in heaven. For he maketh his sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and sendeth rain unto the just and the unjust. For if ye love them which love you, what reward have ye? Do not the publicans the same? Do not even the publicans the same? And if ye salute your brethren only, what do ye more than others? Do not the publicans do so? Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a couple more practice runs on that. Thank you for sitting through that with me, and I hope that a couple of that's a verse that I grew up with. It gets a little emotional. I have notes in my Bible where various preachers have preached sermons, and sometimes when I come across one that's passed on, as I did in this chapter, my little heart just kind of goes, oh, I remember. But anyway, gonna go through that one again. I've got a verse in Timothy that I'm going to do. We're putting them all up on our church website. It's something to keep us busy. Thankfully, Kentucky has started to open up a little bit. My husband said that there was a little more traffic on the road this morning going to work. Prayerfully, this will be, and hopefully this will be done in a way that keeps everybody safe. I talked with one of the local weather anchors, and my home county isn't the only county in eastern Kentucky that has yet to have a case. So, and don't get me wrong, while I'm happy that there's not been a case of this there, I'm not oblivious of thinking, yay, there's not a possibility, because there is. But like I said earlier, if us staying in Lexington and, my cousins staying in Lexington and us not being with our families on Easter and us not doing what we normally would be doing this time of year, it's, we fish, or my family does, I don't. But, they've missed fishing trips and stuff like that. If this has kept it from spreading to these people, kudos to those of us that have, done our best to abide by everything. It's not been easy on anybody, and I'm not trying to make me be any more pitiful than the next person, but seeing the light, seeing things start to open, seeing people start to get to go back to work, that's good. It's a slow thing, but it's hopefully a good thing. And I'm just going to pray and trust God that it'll be a good thing, and that we will come out stronger at the end of this. And I hope that you have enjoyed this today. Again, this is part of just sharing my heart coming clean, being honest with you. Some of this probably doesn't even come as a surprise, but there is, when you're, this is the third year that I've been working in Celebrate Recovery, and I hit a certain point and I just kind of find reasons to kind of back away. And it's because I've been too afraid, I guess, for lack of a better way of putting it, to address some hurts. And I'm done living with the hurts and the pain. God took them from me for years ago, and I'm still holding on to them. So it's time for me to deal with me. So that's where we are. This is getting about to be 30 minutes, and I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you all hang around. I hope you all will support me and stick around with me. I care a lot about you. Really do. I'm not that person. I'm not that person that does anything to intentionally hurt somebody. I'm just not. And I've said this before, and I will say it again. Things like my Twitter, my channel, the whole 9 yards. There are people that are not just, Facebook and stuff like that. They're people that I've known for years, my entire life. My Twitter, there's a lot of people that I know in real life. People that share my DNA are on. People that I look up to and admire and respect. It's more than just what some people see at face value. I'm not that person. That's just face value. No, I didn't. No, I started this channel to share my heart, and I started it whenever I first went into pain management, and it was a form of therapy. Getting up most of it had dealt with makeup. It evolved into something that I kind of have mixed feelings about, because it when I was selling Unique and Posh, it evolved into that, and it's not something that really should have been part of this channel, because it really wasn't sharing my heart. It was trying to sell a product. And even though there was some good stuff in there, the bulk of it was trying to sell a product. And that's not what this channel is about. It is sharing my heart. It is trying to help inspire somebody. It is trying to tell you that, I'm a mess. I'm just going to tell you, I'm a mess. I have hurts. I have hang-ups. I have problems that I'm working through. I have issues. I'm not perfect. But I do care. And that's one thing that I can't, it just is what it is. I do care. So I hope that, and I appreciate y'all sitting through my practice reading, because obviously I'm going to have to practice a little bit more before I record it. But y'all have a wonderful day. I'm going to do a couple other things. We'll do a walk through the garden here in a couple of days. My tomato plants that I planted way too early are still hanging on. I don't know what's going to happen with them, but I'm going to plant them in the ground here in a little while and just see what happens. Worst case scenario, they don't make it. Oh well. We'll have a better grasp on things as we learn how to do this. But anyway, I want to just hush, because I'm just talking and can't shut up. EJ will be joining. I don't think he's feeling the best today. He wanted to go back and lay in the bed and play with his iPad, so that's what he's doing. And that's okay. Allergies are real, so, and they make you feel black. So anyway, y'all have a great day. There is so much that I'm so far behind on. I spent about 3 weeks recovering with whatever it was that went haywire with my back. Thankfully, treatment, conventional conservative treatment, which I've done before, finally worked. So we're back to moving around a little bit. Y'all have a great day. If you need anything, contact me. If you, within reason. I mean, I appreciate your support for the channel. Remember, I'm the mayor's daughter. Have a great day. I'll see you. Bye.